AITA for snapping at my husband in front of his family, revealing that he hasn't helped me like he claims. Hi everyone! For my whole life, I 30F have had a lot of anxiety when it comes to driving. It has never been too much of a problem. As I live in a city and I can walk wherever I need to go, I have been married to my husband, Stan 3 to M, for 3 years, together for 6. Throughout our relationship, he has tried to help me learn how to drive. The problem is, Stan is not a very good teacher and gets very impatient and angry every time we try. We go to the parking lot of an abandoned warehouse sometimes. It's huge. Anyway, if I make one small mistake, for example, if I don't check my mirrors for a long enough time, Stan yells at me. I would already be nervous at the wheel, but with all the yelling, it would cause me to break down and cry. I have a brother, Paul 33M, who I hang out with typically once a week. A few months ago, I was talking to Paul about how I want to learn how to drive, but I'm very nervous about it. He offered to help teach me when we hang out. Paul's husband, Chris, also was willing to help me out, and they actually made me feel so much more at ease behind the wheel. I thought I was bad at driving, but it turns out I was just anxious. Another factor that made me want to learn, besides feeling like I need to do this, is that Stan has told me that he won't have a child with me until I get my license, which I definitely understand. 2 weeks ago, on my day off from work, Paul and Chris took me to the DMV and I finally got my license. I also bought a used car a few days ago from money that I've been saving up for years. I'm so happy, and I have had the support from my brother and his husband. I thought Stan would be mad that I did all of this behind his back, and he was somewhat disappointed that I didn't want his help. I love him so much, but honestly, he wasn't the right teacher for me. Anyway, on Sunday, Stan and I both had off from work, and he told me he had a surprise for me. He took me to his parents' house, where they had a celebration for me, basically like a little party congratulating me because I learned how to drive. Halfway through, my mother-in-law was giving a speech about how proud she was of me, but also proud of my husband for all of their support and lessons he was giving me. I could feel the anger rising in my chest. Stan had been telling everyone that he was the one who has been teaching me to drive. I snapped and told everyone, basically, that the few times Stan tried to teach me, I always ended up crying because he would yell at me until he was blue in the face. That the only people who helped me and gave me confidence were Paul and Chris, and that, if anything, Stan made things worse for me, which was true. But now, Stan won't talk to me. My Mel, Phil, and Scylla are on my side, but my Tabels and a couple of cousins are on Stan's side.